One of the main objectives of the proposed India-UK Free Trade Agreement, FTA, is to lower tariffs and non-tariff barriers for Indian goods and services entering the UK market. This would benefit both countries by increasing trade, investment, and employment opportunities. According to the UK government, India was the UK's 12th largest trading partner in 2022, accounting for 2.1% of total UK trade. The FTA is expected to facilitate the target of doubling bilateral trade between India and United Kingdom by 2030, set by the Prime Ministers of both the nations, Shri Narendra Modi and Mr. Boris Johnson in May 2021. Some of the key sectors that could benefit from lower tariffs and non-tariff barriers under the FTA are pharmaceuticals. India is one of the world's largest producers and exporters of generic drugs, while the UK is a global leader in research and development of new medicines. The FTA could help secure a patent regime against evergreening by pharma companies, which is a practice of extending patent protection by making minor changes to existing drugs. This would ensure access to affordable medicines for consumers and create a level playing field for Indian generic drug makers. Services. India has a strong comparative advantage in services such as information technology, business process outsourcing, education, healthcare, and tourism. The FTA could help ease visa restrictions and recognition of qualifications for Indian professionals and students who want to work or study in the UK. The UK could also benefit from access to India's large and growing market for services, especially in areas such as digital, financial, and legal services. Entertainment. India has a vibrant film industry that produces more than 1,000 movies every year in various languages. The FTA could help increase access to Indian movies in the UK market by reducing taxes and censorship barriers. This would boost cultural exchange and tourism between the two countries, as well as generate revenue for Indian filmmakers. Agriculture. India is one of the world's largest producers and consumers of agricultural products, while the UK is a major importer of food items. The FTA could help lower tariffs and sanitary and phytosanitary measures for Indian agricultural exports such as rice, tea, spices, fruits, and vegetables. This would enhance food security and diversity for UK consumers and create new opportunities for Indian farmers. These are some of the ways that the proposed India-UK FTA would lower tariffs and non-tariff barriers for Indian goods and services entering the UK market. The FTA negotiations are expected to conclude by the end of 2023, after which both countries will have to ratify the agreement through their respective parliaments. The FTA could usher in a new era of economic partnership between India and the UK based on mutual benefit and shared values. The India-UK FTA could benefit Indian exporters of alcoholic beverages, especially rum and brandy, which are popular in the UK. According to the International Spirits and Wines Association of India, ISWI, India exported about $400,000 worth of alcoholic beverages in 2021 to 22 against imports to the tune of $192 million from the UK. This shows that there is a huge potential for Indian products to tap into the UK market, which is one of the largest consumers of alcohol in the world. One of the main barriers for Indian exporters is the high import duty on alcoholic beverages in the UK, which ranges from 25% to 40% depending on the type and strength of the drink. The India-UK FTA could reduce or eliminate these tariffs, making Indian products more competitive and affordable for UK consumers. This would also create a level playing field with British players, who currently enjoy zero customs duty on their products when imported into India. Another barrier for Indian exporters is the non-tariff barriers imposed by the UK on Indian products, such as the requirement of a minimum maturation age of 3 years for whisky. This condition is unfair for Indian whiskey makers, who lose more than 1/3 of their whiskey due to evaporation in hot weather conditions. The India-UK FTA could remove this restriction and allow Indian whiskey to be sold in the UK irrespective of whether it is made of wheat or molasses. This would also respect the diversity and innovation of Indian products, which have their own unique taste and quality. By removing these barriers, the India-UK FTA could boost the exports of Indian alcoholic beverages, especially rum and brandy, which are already popular in the UK. Rum is a distilled spirit made from sugarcane juice or molasses, and brandy is a distilled wine or fruit juice. Both these drinks have a long history and tradition in India and are widely consumed across the country. Rum and brandy are also cheaper than whiskey and other imported spirits, making them more attractive for UK consumers who are looking for value and variety. The India-UK FTA could also create more jobs and investments in India's alcohol sector, which employs over 2.5 million people directly and indirectly. By reducing the import duty on bulk Scotch whisky, the FTA could encourage more bottling and blending of Scotch whisky in India, which would generate more employment and revenue for local producers. The FTA could also stimulate more research and development in India's alcohol sector, which could lead to new products and innovations that cater to the UK market. In conclusion, the India-UK FTA could benefit Indian exporters of alcoholic beverages, especially rum and brandy, by reducing or eliminating tariffs and non-tariff barriers in the UK market. This would increase the competitiveness and affordability of Indian products, create a level playing field with British players, respect the diversity and innovation of Indian products, boost exports and market share, create more jobs and investments, and stimulate more research and development in India's alcohol sector.